welcome to HIBERT Performance. Today is Technology Song Day. Today we wanted to introduce you to the FLEX tool from Magic Motorsport. It's a reading tool that allows you to read and write calibration files. It also has a few small features like a data logger. However, that is secondary for now. You only get this case only if you order it separately. So don't be surprised if you purchase the FLEX tool itself. You will receive its daughter shipment. Inside is "I'm not opening the package now." Otherwise, the next person who receives it will wonder why the package is open. Now I'll do it. Standing here completely. We are now delivering it. The advantages of the FLEX tool, as I perceive them, are that FLEX is clearly the market leader when it comes to gearbox optimization. I personally bought it almost solely for that reason. For engine control units, I use my other tools, but that doesn't mean the FLEX tool can't do it. It's just that I use my preferences, so to speak. Overall, I also see the advantage of FLEX in that it reads full files compared to the autotuner, for example. The autotuner usually only reads part of the file and only the part that it needs for the maps. If something should somehow break off, you have more of a problem with autotuner than with FLEX because FLEX reads complete data states. It also has its advantages and disadvantages regarding speeds. The autotuner is faster in that respect because it doesn't read entire maps, or rather entire engine control units. The FLEX still does it. Yes, everything has its pros and cons. For example, for cloning or for immobilizers, I prefer to use Magic Motorsport instead of autotuner because autotuner does not read complete files. And then it becomes problematic to do immobilizers or cloning with it. It's possible, you just have to know how, but not always. I'll unpack everything and then we can show it all, demonstrate it, or rather introduce it. I'll introduce you to the two tools themselves. These are the two main components, I would say. You only need this thing if you want to read an OBD. You plug the computer cable in here, USB cable, and here you then plug in the respective OBD cable. You screw it in here like this, screwed in with the fittings, OBD dongle in, and the device can be used. There are two different cables, one brown, one green. What is that? The name. So that's it with the cables. But if you want to use the device in bench or root mode, then you need to expand this circuit board, so to speak. And then the program specifies which spider you need to pin where. I find this is the most neatly solved here compared to the other tools. Here you can set it up really nicely, so to speak. This also includes cables like these here. You need to pin the cables individually. For example, it specifies to pin the blue cable here to B port, pin 2. And then you also have a pack of adapter pieces here. And then you need to attach these adapter pieces to the blue port and then to the motor control device. Pin it where it specifies for you. I think there's not much more to show here actually. There's also a power supply which I have over there in my office. I honestly don't feel like fetching it right now. You just need to plug it in here if you want to bench or book. Someone needs 12 volts, at least 12 volts. The control unit, the power supply here, provides 13.3 volts I believe, which is completely sufficient. In contrast to autotuner, which only provides 12 volts. There are control units that require at least 13 volts, but it only provides 12. And then I already have a problem. So I'll pack this up again. Then I'll move on to my conclusion. In my opinion, thumbs up. somehow. Since last week, this thing here hasn't been closing properly since the cameraman has been using it. Actually, my conclusion about the Flex is that it works. It does what it needs to do. I wouldn't put it at the top of my priority list. I would choose a different flasher. But depending on what you do, if you do a lot of gearbox optimization, especially with AMG models, Mercedes for example, and so on, then it's definitely number one. The tool is definitely number two on my list, as opposed to the PS4 3. And I would probably place that at number three. However, it also depends a bit on what kind of cars you work on. It can't do everything. Not every tool can do everything, and that's normal. If the auto-tuner tool is too expensive for you, the Flex tool is a very good, affordable alternative compared to the auto-tuner tool. For example, if you have a budget of around 2,000 euros available, then this is your tool. I would be happy if you could write in the comments what else you would like to see on Tech Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed the video and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. That's it. Done is done, finished, you're done, cuts.